Hi everyone, Kelsey from Meyer Hatchery here. This time of year, many of our hens are taking a break to molt, but if you started new chicks this spring, your pullets are still laying. Why not enjoy your flock's bounty with a traditional Christmas beverage, eggnog? Let's get started by separating 5 to 6 egg yolks depending on how rich you like your eggnog and how many eggs you can spare. If your flock lays small to medium-sized eggs, you can increase this to 7 or even 8 egg yolks. I like to crack the eggs into a clean bowl and then use a large spoon to scoop the yolk and gently pour away the egg white back into the bowl. Pro tip, use a dish that has a lid to store the egg whites in the refrigerator for use later. The egg yolks will go into a mixing bowl or large measuring cup for easy pouring later. Now we'll whisk the egg yolks until they're frothy. You can also use a hand blender or even your stand mixer for this. Next, we'll add our sweetener. I prefer maple syrup to make my eggnog more flavorful. I am also very lucky to have a family member who taps their own maple trees. I recommend using a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup maple syrup depending on your sweet tooth. You can also use sugar or another sweetener of your choice. Vigorously whisk the maple syrup or sweetener into the egg yolks. Traditionally, eggnog was made with raw egg yolks and aged in a strong liquor. Instead, I'm heating my egg yolks in a heavy sauce pot to ensure any bacteria has been killed. It also gives the eggnog a slightly thicker consistency. I've already measured and set aside 1½ cups whole milk and 1½ cups half and half. If you prefer to use heavy cream, you can also use 2 cups milk and 1 cup cream instead. Let's warm the milk on medium heat while stirring constantly until it begins to steam. You will also see the milk thicken on your spatula or spoon. Now it's time to remove the milk from heat and set to the side. We'll use some of this warmed milk to temper the egg yolks. Using a large spoon or ladle, slowly add some of the warm milk while stirring the egg yolks constantly. This warms the eggs slowly without risking cooking them. You have been warned, do not pour your yolks directly into the pot of hot milk unless you plan to feed your scrambled eggnog back to your flock and start over. Now that our eggs are tempered, we can safely add them to our sauce pot of hot milk. Setting the burner back to medium, stir constantly until the mixture reaches 160 degrees. I highly recommend using a thermometer for this. You want to make sure the mixture does not boil. After your thermometer reads 160 or you see the mixture coat the back of the spoon, remove from the heat. Now let's add the half and half or heavy cream that was set aside and mix until well combined. It's optional, but I recommend pouring your mixture through a fine mesh strainer or cheesecloth. This removes any bit of egg that may have cooked and ensures a smooth consistency. After straining, stir in a 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg into your eggnog. In a serving pitcher or jar, chill your eggnog in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours or overnight. After the eggnog is chilled, I like to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I also add some of my favorite Kentucky bourbon to be enjoyed responsibly. When serving, I also like to garnish each cup with some freshly grated whole nutmeg. You might also try adding a little cinnamon or even cardamom. If you find yourself in need of a little pick-me-up during this busy time of year, non-alcoholic eggnog is also delicious when added to coffee, tea, or even espresso. Thank you so much for watching. Let's hear your favorite way to prepare eggnog in the comments below.